Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. After a few days of pool play and one day of, playing inside of a pool given all the rain yesterday, we are down to our field of 7. It's the 4 versus 5 wildcard matchup live at Tri-C. Release and OEB up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Hammer Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs the point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
From Ron Mottl Field on the campus of Tri-C West, we say good morning and welcome to the 2025 Midwest Challenge 18U Division Championships on the SmeeSports YouTube channel in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you today, not only for one game, not for 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but all 6 games this afternoon. Initially, the bracket was supposed to be 1 through 6, but a late night edition of Premier Relic in the 7th slot gives us an extra game, which will take place after this one in the 10:45 a.m. slot. But first off, it is the matchup that might have the most star power out of any other matchup that we will see today. Ohio Elite on the far side in their trademark teals, and on the near side it is Release Baseball in their typical white jerseys. Both squads have a lot of championship pedigree. A couple guys missing today due to state championships, whether it be last night or this morning. For Release, AJ Trobenter and Pat Radigan both getting ready to go over in Akron for their state championship game at 10 a.m. As for the U.S. boys of Moss and Schoaf for OEB, they are questionable for today. Most likely we will not see them suit up, and if we do, it would be for one of the later games if they make it that far. But from what we've been told by the coaching staff, they do not anticipate either of them showing up. And right now, given the guys that they have, assuming everything goes to plan, they might not need those substitutions. Yes, they have 10 guys, and yes, on the bench they have Don Marchetta, who is by trade a PO, but they have a lot of talents on this squad that can definitely make some things happen. Just like the man on the mound back from injury in Lucas Palange, missed last week's tournament where OEB finished in the 4/3 spot, bowing out in the semifinals of the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament at the hands of the 4-seed NMC Reitenbach. This weekend, they look for redemption in the 4 spot this time. They have Release Edwards. Following that, their path takes them to the RBI Guardians in the 4th game slot of the day, I believe. That game should be getting underway at around 3:15 p.m. Then if they win that, they will have a championship game against one of 3 teams, which I believe it would be potentially the Cleveland Baseball Federation, the B2 Bulls, or the number 2 seed, which right now is evading my mind. Correction, I have it. It is going to be Premier Ohio Borez. It also could be Premier Relic in the 7-2 battle. Borez has shown a lot more promise than Relic so far this campaign in this tournament, but that could change with one swing of the bat or one game here at Tri-C's Ron Mottl Field. Stepping in to get us underway for Release, it is their leadoff hitter in Christoph Alexander, the second baseman. Alexander coming to this Release squad by way of Mayfield High School, committed to John A. Logan Junior College for next year. A lot of college commits on both of these rosters, as you would expect at the 18U level. And we also have another college commit to talk about who is in the DH slot for OEB, as he will no longer be going to that college. First pitch is away on the corner at 8:31, 0-1 count on Alexander. Lucas Palange pitched an excellent campaign for the Padua Bruins, backing up their first Final Four appearance since 2005 with a trip to the regional tournament, bowing out to U.S. Grounded to second in time to Sedlecki at first, 1 up, 1 down. That is Braden Deutsch with the putout from second for OEB. And we will take this time to set their full defense. It's Palange on the mound, Fawcett behind the dish, Sedlecki at first, Deutsch at second. Brady Bowen, the former guest player, now turned active roster member at short. At third, it is Allison. And from left to right in the outfield, McCoy, Lukowski, and Husted. Good fly ball deep to left field, and it will be tracked down by McCoy for out number 2. Simple 2 up, 2 down to begin the ball game. 4 releases offense, and now Grant Shagg, the shortstop, will step in. Sometimes these early morning games take a little while to get going offensively. You're obviously still trying to wake up a little bit, trying to get in the baseball spirit. And as well, it's not blazing hot today, so that could definitely help these players settle in, but it still might not be immediate. Don't tell it to Lucas Palange, as he is firing on all cylinders early on. 0-1 the count on Shagg. Grant Shagg, one of 2 number 14s in the lineup today for release. He comes to this squad by way of Triway, and he is committed to play college ball at Walsh. Hard foul ball down the left field line. 0-2 the count. Walsh is getting a number of these players, including the man on the mound in Palange. He will be a welcomed addition over in North Canton. 2-strike count on the shortstop. The pitch. Upstairs for ball 1. Usually Palange does not like to get too enticing with his 0-2 pitch. Usually it's just kind of up or off the plate. That time choosing up. The 1-2. That time it's a little bit better. Roped down the left side and foul. Another hard hit ball, and I believe over and left shagging the ball is Don Marchetta, and he unable to make it on the 1-hop. Kind of seeing that PO flare out there. The 1-2 hits him. Just too far inside, and Shagg will take first and be our first base runner of the game. Palange had the at-bat right where he wanted it to be, just lost one on the inside at the hands, and that will give a base runner 2 release with their 4-hitter Braden Bortnick, the third baseman, stepping in. Might not be the flashiest offensive start for release, but it gets the job done. Bortnick just finished up his time at Mentor High School. This will be his home field for the next 2 years, as he is committed to play for Coach Stahlberg here at Tri-C. A chance to do some damage on the field of his future employers. Takes ball 1 off the plate. Challenging spot by Palange, just missing a little bit too far out, but I don't mind that offering. You don't need to give it your all on that first pitch, especially with a runner on after the hard 90. Once again, another close miss, now 2-0. You can see bottom right of your screen the lead that Shagg is getting over at first. Ball 3 taken. In the on-deck circle after Bortnick, it is Gerardo Torres, the center fielder. A walk here puts 2 on with 2 down for the release offense. The pitch. Down low for ball 4. 2 free passes in a row brings up Torres, 2 on, 2 down. And like I said earlier on in the broadcast, it might take these teams a few moments to get their offense rolling. 2 free passes gets guys on the bases. And now all it takes is 1 good swing from Torres, and that will bring home the lead runner in Shagg. Palange focused on getting out of this inning. And that might be his saving grace. Ground ball hit to second. The throw to 1 is in time, and the side is retired. Braden Deutsch, his second put out of the game, settles down the OEB defense. 2 free passes give release, their first 2 base runners of the game, but nothing comes to pass. Middle of 1 at Ron Mottl Field. No score on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Release's offense had the chance to do some damage in the top of the first via 2 free passes. Nothing happening in the end. A good defensive put up by Braden Deutsch retired this side. Now it's OEB's turn at the sticks as we are back to Ron Mottl Field. Bottom of the first inning. No score on SmeeSports. Bowen, Lakowski, and Fawcett set to hit this frame for the home team. Once again, OEB in their trademark teal, Release in their classic white home jerseys with red lettering. Bowen fouling that one away. 0-1 the count. On the mound today for Release, it is Jacob Gunvalson. Gunvalson coming to the squad by way of Mentor High School, where he just graduated from. The Mentor Cards a solid season in the Greater Cleveland Conference this past season. The 0-1. Off the plate, ball one. Brady Bowen came to this squad a few weekends ago, was a guest player for the last tournament, but it appears, at least for the time being, that he is going to call OEB his home. And that is a big tournament pickup for this OEB squad in need of some star players. Ground ball hit on a single hop down the line. Throw to one is in time for out number one. Good ranging throw by Bortnick across the diamond to retire Bowen. And it helps when your first baseman is a 3-time All-Ohio member, and that is exactly what Release has in Andrew Karhoff. Karhoff just finished up his time at Hoban this year, Division III, second-team All-Ohio member. And it was on this field that his high school career ended at the hands of Rocky River a few weeks ago. Lakowski now stepping in. Fly ball into right center field. Tracking it down in right is White for out number two. So just like the Release offense in the top of the frame, 2 quick outs for OEB's offense. And that'll bring in Stone Fawcett, the catcher. Fawcett, a lot of power behind his swing. We got to see it on display not only last weekend at Jackson, but also in his game against Holy Name here. A great comeback by the Hilltoppers, down by 4 in the top of the 7th. They were able to plate a whole host of runs, winning that game 13-10. Ball one just going to miss. Both squads have a shallow bench as of right now, so the guys that you see most likely will be the guys that will finish out this game. 1-0, going to take a slight skim foul off of Fawcett's bat, 1-1. If Stone is able to get on, it goes to the other catcher just for this game, the DH, Landon James. And there is a lot to talk about with James and his now former employers, or former soon-to-be employers. 1 ball, 1 strike count on the former Hilltopper. The pitch. Ground ball hit up the gut to second base. Good snag by Alexander. Throw to 1 is in time, and the side is retired. OEB will go in order. A whole host of good defensive putouts. Good fundamental baseball by release. We talked to the 17U coach, Coach Edwards, after the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament, and he says release plays baseball the right way, sticking true to fundamentals, and right now they are truly sticking true to those fundamentals so far. End of 1 at Ron Mottl Field. No score quite yet on SmeeSports. Still a whole host of games left to happen today. A total of 5 more after this to round out our 6-game slate. 3 wild cards, 2 semifinals, and the championship game set to get underway at 7:45. Should be a good day here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Do not go anywhere. We will hear a word from our sponsors and be back on in a minute. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Good defensive play so far as we begin the top of the 2nd inning at Ron Mottl Field. No score quite yet. Only 2 base runners today, both for release, both via free passes. 1 a hard 90 and 1 an easier one. Paul Uzak, Edwards, and Karhoff, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters set to hit this frame for release, looking for an offensive outburst. First pitch of the frame is down low for ball 1. Both pitchers have been solid this afternoon/morning. Kind of feels like afternoon given the sun already, but that is just what you'll get in Northeast Ohio around this time of year. And the conditions, albeit dry, still warm and kind of sticky out, definitely could make for some interesting games, especially down the stretch in this tournament. Endurance is going to be big. 2-0, chopped foul by Paul Uzak, strike 1. This release offense definitely doing things the right way, hanging in at-bats, being patient, fouling what they have to, making good contact when they want to. This is exactly the game script that can help them get on the board first. Ground ball hit to Deutsch once again at second base. Throw to 1 is in time for out number 1. Third put out of the day by Deutsch at second. All but 1 put out made by OEB has gone to him. The one that didn't went to left as Hash flew out to the left fielder McCoy. So Braden Deutsch getting a lot of early work in this contest. We have to see his younger brother Chase on Monday at Lakewood filling in for the squad. And as well, Brady Bowen, the shortstop, his younger brother Brock got to play as well. They're going to say it's in play. Fawcett takes it from behind the dish, gets it to 1 in time for out number 2. Kind of an obscure play. He thought, I am going to guess, it hit in foul territory or maybe off the plate. We're going to watch this one back to see exactly what happened as Edwards just unfortunately gets put out on an awkward play. And you can see it kind of just hangs in and around the area. Fawcett throwing down to 1. It's a good, strong throw. Either way, it's out number 2. Karhoff fouls that one away, 0-1. Andrew Karhoff, a legend over at Hoban. After the summer, he will make his way over to Ashland, where he will play for the Division II squad. 0-1 takes down low for ball 1. Karhoff, a very good two-way player for the Knights. A good pitcher, but also really good inside the batter's box. 1-1 the count. Palange sets and deals. In there for strike 2. Palange working the lower spots in the zone. And you kind of see that good color match with the jerseys of OEB and the Triceratops in the background. Ball 2 taken down low. I try to see a lot of players going there from this tournament. And with games being held here, that's a good way for Coach Stahlberg to get an early introduction to the guys he will have next year. 2-2, chopped down the third base side, snagged by Allison. The throw to one is in time, and the side is retired, this time in order by OEB's defense. The defense really being a big proprietor of this storyline so far, the storyline on hand. No score quite yet, and what looks to be a pitcher's duel. Middle of 2 in Parma, no score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Ron Mottl Field on the campus of Tri-C West. Bottom of the second inning and game 1 of 6 today. OEB and Release scoreless, just to kind of set the table for what could be a potential run rule in later games. This one not looking like it as of right now, but obviously could change. It is 12 runs after 3, 10 after 4, and 8 after 5. Ground ball in the hole. Nice scoop at short, and throw to one is in time. Shag goes deep in the hole, able to get it out, and retires James for out number 1. Good ranging effort so far by the infield of Release. And going back to Landon James, committed to Lake Erie, now decommitted given the coaching change. A lot of the guys wanted the interim coach to stay in, but that ended up not being the case. And now the Storm looking for potentially a whole roster for next season, given that pretty much nobody is coming back. Ground ball once again hit to Shag at short. A good scoop. Throw to one is in time. Excellent fundamental snag by Shag over at short. Lets it come up to the stomach, gets it in, kind of hugs it in, and is able to make that good solid throw. By taking that approach to the ball, he is able to smother it and make sure it has no chance to get away. A lot of the best fielders, especially shortstops, are great at staying down on the ball. We see it a lot with guys like Brendan Preisel here for Holy Name, and even guys like Cohen Merritt and Joey Lehner for Tri-C when we are here for those games. If you stay low on the baseball, you have a high success rate. If an awkward hop happens, it happens, but you have to play the odds. Strike one taken by Spencer Sedlecki. Sedlecki, the big first baseman, heading on over to Chatham once the summer is done. Just finished up his time over at Padua. The 0-1. Just going to miss. A very, very interesting miss there. 1-1. Based on what we're seeing, maybe a hitch upstairs, we are kind of in line with the strike zone, so we do have a good vantage point. Maybe it missed a little bit further out than expected, but looked good from this angle. That one definitely a little bit outside. 2-1 the count on Sedlecki. In the on-deck circle, it is one of the Carrollton players and Isaac Houston. A lot of Carrollton flair on this roster. A couple guys not here, could be playing later on today. The 2-1. Chopped foul, now 2-2. That's the interesting thing with travel ball. You have to submit a roster before the tournament, but 9 times out of 10, you can bring in guest players and just fill a roster of 50 guys even, and whoever you can get, you get. As long as they're on your lineup card and they are here, they're eligible. 2-2 count on Sedlecki. Gunvalson looking to get out of the inning. Not quite, missing down low for ball 3, and we are full. Sedlecki looking to protect. Gunvalson looking to get out of the inning. 1-2-3 once again. The payoff pitch. Ground ball hit in the hole, and it will escape the second baseman, Alexander. It's a 2-out single for Spencer Sedlecki, and that is the first base hit of the game for either team. Beautiful bit of hitting by Sedlecki. Puts it in a tough spot to comprehend for the defense. We've seen a lot of great ranging plays in this contest. That ball just perfectly placed by Sedlecki. Just a tough ball to make happen defensively. And that'll put Sedlecki over at first base for Husted to work with. Now, I would not anticipate a steal from Sedlecki, but a pass ball would give him seconds. Right now for OEB, getting their first base runner of the game, albeit with 2 outs. Being smart is going to be their best bet. You can't get overly aggressive at this point. Take what you can get from this release squad, and the rest will fall into place. It could definitely change down the stretch, but this could be a game decided by a run or 2 at the most. I said it in the intro. This might be the closest game that we see all of today with the top talents. And truly, you look at these rosters from top to bottom, these might be some of the best tournament teams in Ohio. Albeit they're 4 and 5 seeds in this one. All it takes is 1 loss and a tough differential, and you're all the way down. We saw that with OEB Edwards last weekend. They won their first 3 games, lost their last one, and they ended up being the 6th seed. Why? Their 3 wins were all by 1 run. And the run differential in the end killed them when I believe they lost by 5 in their last game. 3-0 count on Husted. And that'll be ball 4 upstairs. 2 on, 2 down. Time will be called behind the dish by Edwards. He will go and talk to his pitcher. And in the meantime, Braden Deutsch will step in, looking to put OEB on the board. We've seen him do it with the leather so far today. 3 putouts to his name. The question is, can he get a good offensive start in the 8-hole? In a game that is going to be decided by the slimmest of margins, this would be a perfect time for OEB to strike first. Sedlecki is the lead runner. Definitely not the fastest guy on the diamond. But if the ball is perfectly placed in the outfield, he does have a chance. First pitch to Deutsch in there for strike 1. Gunvalson not afraid to attack the corners after allowing that free pass. Kind of seeing him get back to the basics with that pitch, taking more time, being more intentional. Fly ball into left field. It will drop in. And will they send Sedlecki? They will. The play at the plate will not be in time. He is in. It will be an RBI single for Braden Deutsch, and that will put OEB on the board. Sedlecki had to give it his all, hustling around the bases. Finally got in, and OEB will have the first word in this one. That'll keep 2 guys on the base path. Deutsch able to take second on the throw home. And you see that throw was inches away from retiring Sedlecki and the side alike. But now McCoy steps in, a chance to do some more damage. This is a big time for OEB. You have the first run already home, but you have 2 and 3 right in a perfect spot. And a 1-0 count for McCoy with the top looming in the on-deck circle. Count now 1-1. Especially given the man in the on-deck circle is committed to play baseball at Akron. You could be in a worse spot than that. 1 ball, 1 strike count on McCoy, who just finished up his time at Chardon. And once the summer is over, he will be heading over to Michigan to play for Adrian at the collegiate level. Adrian getting a lot of good baseball players and a couple of good football players in their recruiting classes this year, including a homecoming of former Mount quarterback Noah Boudry. The 2-1. Down low for ball 3. And this could load up the bases for Brady Bowen. We've seen him make so many great plays with his OEB team in such a short time. But offensively, just singles, really. The 3-1. Upstairs for ball 4. And the bases will be loaded as the top of the order comes back up. By every definition of the term, a 2-out rally. You had the 2 groundouts to short to begin the inning, then a single walk, RBI single, walk. And back to the top we go with Brady Bowen. Bowen 0 for 1 in this game. He grounded out to third to begin the bottom of the first. The pitch. Ground ball hit to short. They do have the force at second. They will take it, and the side is retired. In elongated formats, it will be the true shag inning as he gets all 3 putouts allotted to him. But the damage has been done, albeit 2 runners will be stranded on. Ohio Elite gets their first run of the game courtesy of Braden Deutsch's RBI single. End of 2 at Ron Mottl Field. It is the 4th seed up 1-0 on release. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Two innings down at Ron Mottl Field, and we do have our opening run of the day. Braden Deutsch able to hit an RBI single, bringing in Spencer Sedlecki from second base. A release looking for a response after going in order in the second. Swing and a miss to begin this at-bat for Braden White, the 9-hitter and right fielder for release. He will be followed up by Christoph Alexander and Tommy Hash. The 0-1 in there, now 0-2. As well, the time limit for these games up until the championship contest is 2 hours. We started at 8:31. We have until 10:31 for this game to be put away and prepared for the next. But right now, only 28 minutes in. I think we're making good enough time for now. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. There's out number 1 and strikeout number 1 on the day for Polange and for the pitching staffs combined. Took a little while to get our first punch out, but it comes at a good time for Polange. Ohio Elite gets the opening run. They want to keep the good times rolling. They want their defense to make a statement, and that is a great statement made by Polange. That'll bring us back to the top with Alexander, who grounded out to second to begin the game. Releases offense, only 2 base runners so far today, both via free passes. A base hit would do wonders in this scenario. Upstairs for ball 1. And looking at the way the defense is played, a hard hit ball up the gut might be the best opportunity, at least for a ground ball to sneak through. Swing and a miss, now 1-2. A full circle cut from Alexander, kind of a big follow through in the end. Polange has Alexander where he wants a 1-2 count. Good line drive into center field, and it will fall for a 1-out single. Good work by Alexander to turn on the fastball, bring it right into the grass at Tri-C, and that will be the first base hit of the game for release. A good spot for him to then potentially steal with Hash stepping in. Hash did fly out in his lone plate appearance, but depending on the jump that Alexander is able to get at first, we could see him take off early on in this at-bat. First pitch in there for strike 1. But on the other end of that, Stone Fawcett behind the dish, one of the best arms in this tournament. And speaking of arms, Palange, a good throw back to the bag. But these arms, definitely dangerous. You might want to be careful if you are release. The 0-1. Down low for ball 1. And we will be keeping close tabs over at first base on Alexander just to see the kind of lead he is able to get. I don't think he's going to get anything bigger than what he has on the cut of the pseudo dirt. Once again, back in time, Palange, second throw over. 1-1 count on Hash. The pitch. In there for strike 2. And even more so, 1-2 count. Usually, if you do get the strikeout, the throw out at second base kind of just comes via momentum. But a 1-2 count, Palange looking for punch out number 2. Had a slight step on Alexander, but it's a great recovery back to the bag at 1. You kind of saw momentum leaning towards second opposed to first when the throw came in. Runner goes, the 1-2, ground ball hit to short, and on the cover, it sneaks through. That is beautiful by release. The play to 3 is not in time. Tommy Hash draws the Akron shortstop out of position and gets a single. Alexander doing a lot of the heavy lifting in this exercise. You see him go. Bowen breaks for the bag, and that puts him right out of the ball's way. That's usually something that you try and execute at practice. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen in a game where a ground ball on a cover went right to where the fielder should have been, but because of the cover, he's not there. And all of a sudden, the tying run now 90 feet away. And now Shag will step in. But Hash and Alexander doing a lot of the work so far. Shag trying to complete their mission. Dead ball given, and that will tie up the game. I believe it is going to be a balk on Palange. Otherwise, that could have been a double play ball. Kristoff able to score from third. Alexander's base running definitely setting that up. And that is not really the way release expected to tie the game up, but it will still count. But once again, that would have been a play where you step on the bag at 1 or throw to 2 and get back hopefully in time. But instead, still 1 down, and the go-ahead run now at second with 1 down. A tough break for the OEB defense. The 1-1, down low, blocked by Fawcett. Good work behind the dish by number 55. We have seen that block a number of times from him. It's routine, but at the same time with runners on, it becomes even more paramount that he makes it. Once again, after this, we have the Battle of Premier in Relic and Borez at 10:45. At 1 o'clock, we will have then the third wild card between the Cleveland Baseball Federation and the B2 Bulls. Line drive, it looks like it will fall in right field, and it does, but foul. It looked like initially the way that he was running that they were going to say it foul in, but in the end, they do call it foul, so 2-2. But then after the B2 Bulls take on the Cleveland Baseball Federation, the winner of this game will be back in action against the RBI Guardians at 3:15. Then at 5:30, the winners of games 2 and 3 play in the second semifinal. And then the championship game at 7:45, will be the compilation of all of the squads. Full count on Shag in the on-deck circle. It is Bortnick. Down low for ball 4, and that will put 2 on with 1 down. A similar rally to OEB's brewing for release in the top of the third. Great work all the way around by release to at least get that first run home, and now to draw the third free pass of the day. And in tournament play, it's not like high school where you play one game. You could make a couple of changes on the mound. Palange is going to have to throw potentially 5 or 6 innings at least. And not saying that this should be a time that you think about getting an arm loose, but this is a time where, especially if this guy who is Bortnick reaches, bases would be loaded, assuming it is not that hard of a hit ball, or if it's a walk, you have to call time. You have to sort through things with Palange. And if you are to make that change, make sure that he can still throw eventually again today if needed. Hit right back to Palange on the mound. He has it over to 2, not to 1. He will take the middle runner for out number 2. Kind of did a double clutch on the mound to make sure he had it, but that'll split him at the corners. Go ahead run 90 feet away, and that'll bring in Gerardo Torres, the center fielder. A potential turning point for this release offense, looking to take their first lead of the game. The pitch. Ground ball hit to second. Deutsch, a ranging play, able to scoop it up. Throw 2-1 is in time, and no more damage will be done. Release able to tie it up via the traditional RBI balk. Not walk, yes, balk on the mound. Palange just didn't come set in enough time, and that was able to send Alexander home, who, with his keen base running, was able to gift a base hit to Hash. Middle of 3 at Ron Mottl Field. 1-1 your score. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. OEB looking to strike back in the bottom of the third inning. 1-1 your score in game 1 of our 6-game slate today. Good fly ball by Lukowski into center field. Not deep enough as the play is made by Torres for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 down. A very quick start to the bottom of the third inning. Release did a good job getting on the board in the top of the third inning. A combination of good base running and a balk was able to score the opening run for the 5 seed. Stone Fawcett steps back in. He grounded out to second back in the first inning. Convalson looking for a quick frame here just to keep the momentum for Release rolling. The pitch. Fouled away by Fawcett. 0-1 the count. 2 pitches so far this frame by Gunvalson. 2 swings. After Fawcett, things turn to Landon James, the DH, in the 4 slot. A 1 count on Fawcett. The pitch. Upstairs, 1-1. Good patience by Fawcett taking that one. Obviously, right now, Elite wants to score. They want to get that run back and just keep momentum where it is. But playing the patient game might be the best option they have, at least for now. The 1-1. Down low for ball 2. 2-1 count on Fawcett. Once again, Ohio Elite just looking for some base runners. Already 2 hits in this game. 4 total base runners as they had 2 free passes via the walk. Strike 2 taken in, and we are even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Convalson doing a great job on the mound for Release. Definitely keeping this game within reach and did just enough to keep the offense at bay last frame, stranding pretty much the bases loaded. The 2-2. Just going to miss inside for ball 3. Potentially, if that was caught behind the dish, that could have been strike 3. Definitely could make a case for that being the outcome, but more of a hypothetical than anything right now. Gunvalson's payoff. Ground ball hardly hit right back to Gunvalson on the mound. He will toss the car off at 1 for out number 2. Excellent snag on the mound. Not an easy play by any means by Gunvalson, but he does everything right. And once again, it's fundamental baseball, getting an out for release. 2 up, 2 down, and Landon James, the DH, will now step in. James 0 for 1 in this contest with a ground out to short. 3 putouts made defensively by Shag at short so far. First pitch down low for ball 1. James is joined by Allison, Broadwater, and I believe potentially one more player from Carrollton. The 1-0. Kind of an awkward hit off the bat. It looked like it had a chance to go down the line, but takes an awkward backspin off the top of the bat, fouling it back. 1-1 the count. But in the lineup, it's Husted, Allison, and James. No Broadwater quite yet. The 1-1, fouled away, 1-2. Release close to getting a statement defensive stop to end the 3rd. Once again, 2-hour time limit. Nowhere near that, of course. Only around 41 minutes into this game. But to get through 3 innings in that amount of time, pretty quick on both ends. 1-2 count on James. Gunvalson looking to end the inning. More of an upright approach opposed to his side stance that we've seen. The 1-2 goes down low for ball 2. Kind of an awkward motion from Gunvalson. He starts by standing up tall, kind of sinks into that lower Clevenger-esque motion, and then finally delivers kind of a side angle, but not a true sidearm. And you'll see it here on your screen, just kind of working down a little bit to get set. The 2-2. In there for strike 3, looking on the corner, and the side is retired after scoring their first run of the game. Releases defense, blanks OEB, getting the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in order. End of 3 at Ron Mottl Field. Momentum is with Release, but a 1-1 scoreline keeps both teams equally in the contest. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Ron Mottl Field here at Tri-C West. Championship Sunday all the way around. Not only will we have a championship game later on today, the OHSAA Baseball State Championships finishing up this morning/afternoon at Canal Park in Akron, starting with Lake Catholic at 10. Slow chopper down the third base side, bobbled, and the leadoff man is aboard. Polyzak able to put it in a good spot, and Allison, no potential play. Kind of a tough break to begin the fourth. A slow chopper down the line. Allison charges it right, just can't get it on the transfer. And now that will bring up the catcher, Hunter Edwards. Release looking to do some more damage in the top of the fourth inning. Right now, 1-1 scoreline, but they do have some momentum. And especially with that lead-off, whatever you want to call it, E5 or single, that gives them a little bit of an extra push. And that is the first time today for either team that the leadoff man has reached. Hardly hit foul towards the OEB dugout, 1-1 the count. After Edwards, it goes to Andrew Karhoff. So 6, 7, and 8 this inning for Release. In the bottom of the frame for OEB, it's 5, 6, and 7. Palange still throwing on the mound for OEB. A solid afternoon from him. But right now, 1-1 scoreline. It would be a no decision. 1-1 the count. The pitch. Going to get past Fawcett, and that will give second base to Paul Uzak. A dangerous spot for Release to be in. Hitters count, runner in scoring position. We could start to see some small ball aspects of the game be presented. Not just bunts, but also some different moves on the base path, trying to bait throws, going station to station. All of those characteristics could be shown in the next couple of moments. Wouldn't be surprised by any means to see that happen. The 2-1. Ground ball hit to Bowen at short. He has it in the hole. Throw across the diamond is in time for out number 1. An excellent throw by Bowen across the diamond. Another tough play to make, but once again, showing why he is going to Akron. Not the only shortstop from this overall region, albeit Worcester a little bit kind of on the outskirts of Northeast Ohio, but he will be joining another shortstop there in Derek Acapinti, who played his high school ball for Westlake. Karhoff still has that runner in scoring position to work with, but strike one taken inside. This OEB defense looking to work their way out of this inning. Not the desired start, but nothing these guys have not worked through in their careers. Swing and a miss now, 0-2. Palange doing a lot of the heavy lifting early on in this recon effort. After Karhoff, it goes to Braden White, the right fielder. 0-2 the count. Palange checks and deals. Down low, but blocked by Fawcett. That's the danger of going low, 0-2 count, runner on. You could give up a free base, but Fawcett makes amends, able to get a nice block behind the dish. Maybe his most important of the game so far. 1-2 on Karhoff. The pitch. Going to miss low for ball 2. Good take by Andrew in the righty's batter's box. Wouldn't be surprised to see Palange make at least an attempt, maybe not even a throw over to second base, but it looks like he will just deliver the 2-2 down low, and we are full. After this great start against Karhoff, a full count, not where Palange envisioned this one going, and a walk here would be very costly for OEB. The payoff pitch, down low for ball 4. And that'll put Karhoff at first. 2 on, 1 down. Another free pass surrender by Palange. That'll be walk number 3, free pass number 4 of the day. Braden White has a chance to bring in the go-ahead run here in the 4th. 2 on, 1 down, double play ball still in effect. But right now the focus of OEB is to get Palange back on track, and they will call time to do so. Once again, Palange just coming back from injury. This could still be him getting readjusted to pitching. We saw that a lot with Nathan Krazel, another pitcher over at Padua, and another pitcher going to Walsh U, injured for most of the season, pitched maybe an inning or two every now and then for the Bruins, pitched on senior night a little bit just to kind of give him that experience. It happens when a pitcher gets injured, whether it be an arm injury or not. But as time is called, time to re-look at the games that we have coming up. Starting at 10:45, it is going to be a battle between two Premier Ohio squads in Premier Relic and Premier Borez. Then at 1 p.m., it is going to be the B2 Bulls taking on the Cleveland Baseball Federation. Semifinal number 1 includes the winner of this game taking on the RBI Guardians. Game number 2, the winners of games 2 and 3 battle at 5:30. And then at 7:45 to round out the day at Ron Mottl Field, it is the 18U Championship for the Midwest Challenge. And that will potentially be a later start, or also could be an earlier start depending on how quick we go through these games. On Friday, we were out of John Carroll before Game 2 really should have ended given the timeline, but the first game that we had going an hour and 20 minutes definitely sped up the process. Swing and a miss. White just looking to put the ball in play and do the rest. Out number 2 at the plate will be big for Palange. Chopped foul off of a foot. Otherwise, that would have been another tough play to make down that left side. We already saw Allison struggle to make one earlier on in the inning. Not really his fault, just a tough ball to make a play on. If White is able to reach, it goes back to the top of the order with Christoph Alexander. And we saw what Alexander could do not only at the plate, but also on the bases in his last appearance. Palange checks and deals. In there for strike 3 on the top of the zone. It's out number 2. Punch out number 2 of the day for Palange. Second time he rings up White. And that truly changes the dynamic of this 4th inning. 2 on, 1 down, 2 out, 2 down. Force in 3 spots. That makes this situation for Alexander a whole lot trickier. Swing and a miss, 0-1. This would be a statement out for the defense of OEB. A statement inning. Adversity early on, but to work through it again would be big. Palange is 0-1. Ground ball hit up the gut. Broom has it. He will take it himself to second, and the side is retired. Another good play by Brady Bowen, and no damage will be done. 2 on early on in the frame, but nothing comes to pass. Middle of 4 at Ron Mottl Field, still 1-1 your score. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Ohio Elite's defense able to get a big stop in the top of the 4th inning. Go ahead run at second base. Nothing happening for the release offense. Now OEB's 5, 6, and 7 hitters looking to take the lead back for OEB in the bottom of the inning, but it will be a good start defensively for release. 1 pitch, 1 out. Alexander, the putout, retires Allison. We've called Alexander's name a lot today, both offensively and defensively. A lot of first pitch swings and then outs for OEB's offense today. Since the leadoff man has been retired, for the first 4 innings of this game, OEB is yet to reach their leadoff guy. Now Sedlecki will step in. He has 1 of 2 hits in this game. The other belongs to Braden Deutsch. Not many hits all the way around. Combined 4. Alexander and Hash for release, and then the aforementioned Deutsch and Sedlecki for OEB. Gunvalson setting and dealing. Swing and a miss, 0-1. But if you are OEB, this is the time that you could really do some damage. You make that good defensive stop. You have that momentum. You needed to keep going. The question is, how are you going to find that run? 0-1 the count. The pitch. Upstairs for ball 1. It looks like, as of right now, we do have our first player for Premier making their entrance to Ron Mottl Field. They will be on in around an hour and 15 minutes. The 1-1. Fouled away, 1-2. Good, powerful pop by Sedlecki. Just needs to straighten that one out. After Spencer, it goes to Isaac Husted. 1 ball, 2 strike count. 1 strikeout today from Gunvalson, looking to make it 2 here. Combined between the 2 pitchers, only 3. Gunvalson taking his time. The 1-2, swing and a miss. That's out number 2, and strikeout number 2 for Jacob Gunvalson. First strikeout he records, swinging of the day. And he has really heated up down the stretch of this outing. Still potentially a lot of it left to go, but wouldn't be surprised to see him exit earlier on in this game. It depends on who else release has to throw and how many guys they want to save for the next couple of rounds. Now Houston steps in, 2 up, 2 down to begin the frame. If Houston is retired, this will be the 2nd inning in a row that OEB would go in order. Ground ball, an awkward hop off of the mound, picked up at short. The play at 1 is in time. It's an excellent pick by Karhoff to retire the side. Once again, 3-time All-Ohio team member, and you can see why with a pick like that. Shag as well, a tremendous snag over at short. Another great put out by the ranging shortstop, and once again, OEB will go in order. End of 4 here at Ron Mottl Field, and we have ourselves an enticing game down the stretch. 1-1 your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Palange and OEB looking to keep Release's offense at bay as we enter the 5th inning. 1-1 your score. An exciting matchup with the winner taking on the RBI Guardians at 3:15 this afternoon. For those just joining us, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. One of 6 games we have today as a part of the 2025 Midwest Challenge Championship rounds in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Ball 1 taken by Hash. It's the 2, 3, and 4 hitters this inning for Release, with Hash, Shag, and Bartnick set to hit. At this point, you might start to think that whichever team scores next will be the team that wins this game. We're getting to that point where it's going to be tough for a team to get a whole host of runs down the stretch, especially given how good Gunvalson and Palanche have been on the mound. This has been a great pitcher's duel, and this might be our only pitcher's duel of the day, but at the same time, we could see a few more. I said it before, and I think it's really proving itself right now. This is going to be the closest game of the day, potentially the best 2 teams of the day going at it here. 3-1 count on Hash. Ground ball, chopped foul into Release's dugout now, full count 3-2. Hash the DH, so far a fly out to left and a base hit to his name. And the nice thing, given the extra game added, these guys will have a lot more time to rest in between games. The payoff pitch. Chopped over towards first. Sedlecki has it for out number 1. Kind of an awkward swing from Hash. Good contact, but not enough to beat out the Chatham commit. Now Grant Shag, the shortstop, will step in. 2 free passes today, 1 hard, 1 easy. He definitely wants a chance to put the ball in play outside of it hitting him or by him just being patient. We've already seen him be great defensively today. A lot of ranging efforts over at short. An early contender for the Health ECU Chiropractic Center Player of the Game. Stay tuned after our final commercial break to see who takes home those honors. Ground ball hit to short. Bowen lets it come to him. The throw to 1. Unable to get picked by Sedlecki. And Shag reaches on the E6. Tough to really pin that error on the shortstop Bowen. Sedlecki just unable to pick it. It is a low throw. And Shag once again an impact play for Release. Don't know if you can say impact play for Release given Impact is another baseball organization in the area. Kind of double dipping there with the organizations. Now, I think the biggest crossover you're going to see would be Pitbull and Jagger, as there was a player named Jagger on Release last year, and Pitbull, obviously, the artist. But no such anomalies here today. Bortnick steps in, runner at first, 1 down, 0-1 count. Palange looking to take command. Chopped foul again. Almost a nice ranging play in the third base coaching box, but the coach unable to make it. Always love to see the coaches, especially at third base, having a lot of fun with those balls hit down the line. That kind of gets them engaged in the game. It keeps them active, and it also keeps the players engaged at the same time. The 0-2, down low, blocked by Fawcett, 1-2 the count. From what we've been told, we anticipate Dominic Marchetta pitching in game number 2 today for Ohio Elite if they make it, and I would assume it would be a clean battery switch with Landon James doing the catching. It could also be Fawcett again if they want to save James for the championship game. Whichever one's not catching most likely will be the DH. Runner goes, 1-2, chopped foul. That would have been a tough play for Fawcett to make, even if the glove was turned upside down. Just not a good spot to get a drop third, or in that case, a tipped third. One of those weak taps. That time it just gets down, and that will give an extra life to Bortnick. And on top of that, to Shag over at first base. Once again, in the makeshift press box, have our nice big tent with shade cloth and banner alike, blocking out what sun there is. Runner fakes, 1-2, upstairs for ball 2. Kind of an awkward tip off of Fawcett's glove. Trying times for both squads. They know one single error will change the rest of this game. And we may have seen an error over at short change this game for Release already. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. That's a big out, number 2 for Palange. Punch out number 3. We will watch that one back. That is huge for the OEB defense. You have the error. You cannot compound it with another one. Palange able to lock in. Gets only the 5th combined strikeout across the 2 pitchers today. A pitcher's duel with a whole host of defense added on. And sometimes that is the best kind of pitcher's duel, is the defense is telling the full story of the game. Especially in the middle, we've seen Deutsch, Bowen, and Shag make great plays. The first 2 for OEB, the latter for release, and really Alexander at second base for release as well. The middle has been excellent today. 1-0 count on Torres. That's strike 1 down low. Torres 2 groundouts to Deutsch so far in this contest. Once again, stay with us after this game for our second game of the day, the battle between the premier squads. Ball 2 taken upstairs, 2-1 count on Torres. In the on-deck circle, it is Jake Pauluzek. Palange is 2-1. In there for strike 2. And you can kind of see on your screen the way that Fawcett sets up. He knows that outside pitch is coming. He angles that outside foot in. It kind of gives an extra corner for that ball to go in. Fawcett just has to stick it opposed to kind of framing it in, and that gives the strike. Runner goes 2-2. Down low, it is past Fawcett, and that will put the runner at second base with a full count. Lucky not to have any more movement. You kind of have to anticipate that runner going if you're Fawcett. He's up in that ready-to-go pitcher's pitch stance, and then it just gets a little bit too low. The catcher unable to adjust in the end. A really tough spot for the catcher to be. The payoff pitch. Fly ball down into left field. Going at it is McCoy, and he will track it down, and that will retire the side. A great effort and left by McCoy, able to defend the release onslaught. Release via an error, coming close to scoring the go-ahead run, but in the end, they are unable to do so. Middle of 5 here at Ron Mottl Field. 1-1 your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact me at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center and CrossFit Strongsville for sponsoring today's broadcast, with the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center being our player of the game sponsor. As well, in game number 2, thank you to Ledgewood Barbershop for sponsoring that game, while also being the broadcast presenter as Premier Ohio Boras takes on Premier Ohio Relic. Back to the action at Ron Mottl Field, bottom of the 5th inning, game 1 of 6 today on the channel. 1-1 your score. A tight affair as expected. OEB has Deutsch, McCoy, and Bowen set to hit this inning. First pitch down low for ball 1. A true pitcher's duel so far with a lot of defense added on. Both defenses have been on point in this game, and that has been really the storyline. 5 strikeouts combined between the pitchers and a whole host of putouts, especially up the middle. You look defensively, Deutsch and Bowen for OEB, Alexander and Shag for release. They have been the 4 big defensive standouts today outside of the pitching. 2-0 count on Deutsch, who was 1 for 1 with an RBI single. That pitch misses down low for ball 3. And as this game progresses, every single base runner is going to be more and more important. The time now, 9:40. We still have a good amount of time left in this game. I believe 51 minutes left to get this one done. Obviously, if it's tied, we would then go to extra innings and we would play on. But if not, that's the time limit. And that will be ball 4. Deutsch able to stand in, being patient while definitely wanting to swing. Takes 4 pitches. That one very challenging on the 3-0, and he will take first for his troubles. Go ahead run at first for Kyle McCoy. McCoy had to put out to end the last inning, and now the Adrian commit a chance to move Deutsch along. McCoy not initially listed on the roster on Game Changer, maybe a late addition to this team, but could be a big one. He will show bunt, pulled back, it's upstairs for ball 1. 5th ball in a row by Gunvalson. And time will be called, and most likely a good idea to do so. You don't want him to lose his command quite yet. This is where you make those changes, get the final finishing touches applied, and then you go from there. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But if you're released right now, a kind of thin bench, you have to be thinking of what comes next. You don't want to pull Gunvalson quite yet. He has been good, but you need to settle him down, and more importantly, you need a strike. A strike would do wonders for his confidence along with the rest of this squad. This is the time that he can really step up and make some big plays on the mound, both defensively and from a pitching standpoint. We've already seen him make one big play on the mound, a hard comebacker. But a 1-0 count on McCoy, throwback to 1, not in time. And with the whole infield coming in, this could be more of a tactical timeout called by release to adjust things and kind of get their priorities in line. A lot of times that is what is going to happen when you see a timeout called like that, a more elongated mound visit. The 1-0, down low, ball 2. Gunvalson looking for the zone once again. If you're McCoy, I think you're sitting on a take for 2-0. You have to see a strike. And he does. It's strike 1. That's the right decision. Yes, it's a strike. You don't want to take it, but at the same time, you did not see a strike in this at-bat yet, and you haven't seen one this inning up until now. That was a pretty clear-cut take. He definitely could have attacked it, but I don't think that would have been the right decision given the game script. Over in the pen, whether it be for the next game or for now, Dom Marchetta is getting warm for OEB. The 2-1. Shot to foul now, 2-2. That'll be an interesting development if Dom Marchetta comes in for maybe a 2-inning save. There is a pitch count, yes, but if he can still be eligible to start the next game, maybe throw 6 innings against the RBI Guardians, assuming they get there first of all, because they could still lose this game, then I'm sure that would be okay. But otherwise, it's a tough decision to make to pull Palange, which I don't think that will be the decision that we see made until the 7th. 2-2 count on McCoy. The pitch. Lined, and it will sneak through. It is another base knock for the offense of OEB. This is the first one since Deutsch's RBI single. It's been a long time coming. 2-1, nobody out, and we go back to the top with Brady Bowen. I think if Bowen comes on, we will see that change made. That definitely might not be the case, but still, I kind of think it would be. This is a tough spot for release to be in. How aggressive are you on the mound, and how aggressive are you with your changes? With so few substitutions, I said it earlier, what you see is really what you're going to get in this game. Either way, I think we're going to have ourselves one heck of a finish for this contest. I said it heading in. This is the matchup that I had circled saying, okay, this is going to be the big one. The one that has the potential to be the game of the tournament all the way around. And so far, it has lived up to the hype. Bowen looking to do some damage for OEB. Takes ball 1 upstairs. I don't think Bowen's a guy that you're going to have bunt. Too good of a swing, too much power that in the event that he can put that ball into the outfield, you have to try and let him. Lukowski, same thing, but I think you might have him bunt. Fawcett and James, I don't think so. I think OEB is out of bunting range. They attempted it with McCoy. Deutsch could have been another guy they could have bunted along. But I think right now it's swinging away that is going to win them this game, not bunting. The 2-0. Down low for ball 3. The bases could load up for Lukowski. What a moment that would be for the future blue streak of John Carroll. 3 balls, no strikes. Gunvalson looking for a good response. And he will get it. Strike 1 taken. A big strike by Gunvalson. Still a lot of work to do in this at-bat to get back in it. 3 balls, 1 strike. Gunvalson deals. Fouled away, and we are full. That's a big second strike on the swing. That's exactly what Gunvalson needs. Full count. It's not as clear-cut now for Bowen. 1 pitch, and out number 1 is on the board. Or run number 2 is on the board for Ohio Elite. This is a big turning point. The payoff pitch. Line drive down the line and right. It will fall in fair, and they will hold up the runner. The bases will be loaded for A.J. Lukowski. Big single by Bowen. Beautiful piece of hitting on the payoff. Drives it down the line. Bases load. Still nobody out. The infield will most likely come in. And now this is A.J. Lukowski's moment. Bases loaded, nobody out. We've seen the bases load once today for Ohio Elite, but with 2 down. This, completely different. After Lukowski, it's Fawcett, then James. First pitch off the plate for ball 1. The absolute worst case scenario right now for release is to walk home the go-ahead run. If it's in play, you're going to have to live with it. The 1-0 in there now, 1-1. Getting a strikeout here would be huge. Obviously, you can still bring your corners in. I would say you put middle at normal depth. You try and play for that double play ball to get out of the inning outright, but it starts here with the strikeouts. Otherwise, everything has to come home. You have to cut off that run. The 1-1 pops up. It is going to stay on the infield. Karhoff has it for out number 1. Either way, it would have been an infield fly. Great job all the way around by this defense. Gunvalson forcing the pop-up, and Karhoff making that play, albeit amid the fielders, or the infield fly. But keeping the ball in the infield is exactly what they needed. Double play ball gets this squad out of the inning now. Stone Fawcett a chance to change that hope. Now they're going to try and get the runner over at third. It's not in time. But I like that move by release. They're starting to wake up a little bit more. They're starting to pick up on the little things. And all it takes is one hunch paying off. And this game is firmly theirs for the taking. But right now, this one still belongs to Ohio Elite despite it being tied. It might be playable. Pops up left side, and it will hit off of OEB's dugout. 0-1 the count. Another pop-up on the infield would be massive for Release's defense. Everybody could play normal depth then. It doesn't get much better, though, with Landon James in the on-deck circle. This is the true heart of the order for OEB. You don't want to say now or never, but it might be. Gunvalson taking his time. The 0-1. Fawcett skies it left side. It might be too tough to tag. It is caught in foul territory. No, it drops. Definitely close to that catch, but 0-2. And that is one that could have been a strategic drop. We saw it on Friday at Thurman Munson. Walsh Jesuit made a play in foul territory that ended up leading to a runner tagging from third, who ended up being the winning run to give it to Anthony Wayne, 1-0. I think that play, especially with a lot of Walsh guys playing for these squads, it's fresh in their mind. So I'm sure that's a thing that it sucks for the guy, but you have to take that moment and make it a learning tool. 0-2 the count on Fawcett. Gunvalson sets and deals. Just going to miss for ball 1. Ohio Elite looking for a whole host of runs this inning. From Release in the next, it's Paul-Yazek, Edwards, and Karhoff. Gunvalson, a big strikeout potentially on the horizon. Instead, it's a fly ball into the outfield. Taken in. No, it drops. It will fall, and it's an RBI single for Stone Fawcett. Ohio Elite is on the board again, and they take the lead. It kind of just fell in between the right fielder and center fielder. It didn't look deep enough. Just kind of dives in there. Everybody has to scamper around. But Fawcett gets the job done. It's 2-1 Ohio Elite. And more importantly, on top of that, the bases will remain loaded for Landon James. Unfortunate in the outfield. The communication just not there in the end. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Gunvalson taking a load off. James swinging right through. But that's a tough break for the defense. One that I'm sure, just like that play against Walsh, a learning experience. James takes the 0-1 off the plate for ball one. But if Ohio Elite can bring everybody in and solidify this lead, they will be able to give their defense a lot more breathing room. Gunvalson's 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. James is kind of chasing that low pitch. Based on this, if you're Gunvalson, you bring a heater down low. You try and get that same chase. If not, it might be a ground ball that could be a double play. I think right now that's the move on the mound. The 1-2 does go low, goes off speed, and gets James for out number 2. Strike 3 swinging. Second time James has been retired via the K. Third punch out overall from Gunvalson. Bases stay loaded, but play anywhere now for Hunter Allison. Allison over 2 groundouts in this game. 2 down, 2-1 the score. It's the big man Sedlecki in the on-deck circle for OEB. Gunvalson sets and deals. Down low for ball one. If Ohio Elite only plays 1 this inning, this still could be a less than desirable result. You load the bases again, only bringing in 1. That still leaves the door wide open for release. Getting 2 more on, I think, would still kind of qualify as a disappointing inning. Getting everybody home, 3 more runs, make it 5-1. I would say that would be an overall successful frame from OEB, given how it started with the bases being loaded. Obviously, context means a lot. Getting 1 run home this inning was always going to be the goal, but the expectations definitely increased with the start. Allison, a pop into the outfield, and it will be caught on a line to retire the side. Allison unable to beat the center fielder Torres, but Stone Fawcett breaks the deadlock. It's an RBI single into shallow right center, putting OEB back on the board and back on top. End of 5 at Ron Mottl Field. It's the 4th seed, up 2-1 on release. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Ohio Elite has made the call to the bullpen, up by 1, entering the 6th inning. It is Dom Marchetta, the ace of Holy Name, now on to pitch for OEB. One of the big commits on the squad, heading to Bowling Green after the summer is over. He'll be pitching in the MAC next year, joining the likes, well, formerly of Jack Topolsky in the conference, but staying with Connor Preisel, who will play his senior year for Miami of Ohio. Both namers playing as the ace for Holy Name Baseball over the years. Marchetta's first pitch of the day is fouled into the backstop, 0-1 the count. It's Polyazek, Edwards, and Karhoff this inning for release in the top of the 6th. Down by 1, release is going to need at least 1 run in the next 2 innings to keep their hopes alive. The pitch in there for strike 2. That's the beauty of Dom Marchetta. So many different arm slots, so many different angles. He has the pitching arsenal of about 5 guys, but it's just Dom Marchetta. The 0-2 goes side, fouled away. And as a batter, having to adjust to potentially a traditional throw opposed to a sidearm, it's going to be difficult on the fly, especially only when you know what the slot's going to be maybe a second or two before you see the ball. This time it's overhead, and it will miss off the plate for ball 1. With Dom Marchetta second all-time in career strikeouts at Holy Name. The 1-2. Pops up shallowly on the infield. Deutsch has it at second for out number 1. Good work by Dom Marchetta forcing that pop out. We've seen that in the past couple of frames by both Marchetta, now in this frame, Palanch in the prior ones, and Gonvalson for release. And a lot of pop outs forced. And still in a game that is ruled by the defenses, keep in mind only 6 combined strikeouts. A lot of those pop outs have been forced by the pitchers, giving their defense a chance to make those plays. 1 down as Edwards steps in. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. Dom Marchetta was in line to start game number 2 today for OEB if they make it there. He still might be, but might be on a pitch count. The 1-0 pops up. It looks to be playable in fair territory. Now foul. Fawcett underneath it, has it for out number 2. Always a tough play amid the sun. The sun definitely blazing down now at Ron Mottl Field, but Stone Fawcett keeps his composure, and he has it. 2 up, 2 down for Andrew Karhoff. If Karhoff is the parting line this inning, it will be 9-1-2, set to try and keep release in the game in the 7th. Still just around a half hour of time left to work in this game. First pitch off the plate for ball 1. Time officially 9:58. Assuming we're done by 10:20, 10:25, it looks good to start game number 2 on time at 10:45. The 1-0 hits Karhoff. And that'll put the tying run on. Once again, we do have to have a winner in this game, unlike pool play where you could have a tie game. In these contests, you have to have a winner. You have to have somebody going to the Final Four. Already one team in there being the RBI Guardians. You're supposed to have 2, but with the added team in Premier Relic to this round, you will see an extra game for Premier Boris. And we will see how they fare in that game in around 45 minutes' time. Braden White 0 for 2 today, 2 strikeouts, looking to make amends now against Dom Marchetta, opposed to Palanch. The pitch upstairs for ball 1. Palanch, a total of 5 innings pitched, 1 run allowed, and I believe a total of 2 hits. A very good day at the office for Lucas Palanch. Fly ball into the outfield. Underneath it and left is McCoy, and he is able to track it down, and the side is retired, albeit with a hard 90 added on. No damage done by release in the top of the 6th inning. Dom Marchetta able to solidify the defense. The offense looking for the finishing touches when we return. This is the 2025 Midwest Challenge on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238 3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. 6, 7, and 8 set to hit in the bottom of the 6th inning for Ohio Elite. 2-1 your score on SmeeSports. So far, it has been a good defensive battle between these two teams. Ohio Elite getting the breakthrough they needed courtesy of Stone Fawcett in the bottom of the 5th. An interesting bloop single into right center field, just splitting the defense. And that was enough to break the deadlock that had stood for the past couple of innings before that. Sedlecki 1 for 2 back in the batter's box. First pitch down low for ball 1. Once again, still 5 more games left today. 2 more wild cards, 2 semifinals, and the championship game to round out the day. Convulsions 1-0. Off the plate now 2-0. For Ohio Elite, this is the time to put on the finishing touches. You have done a lot of the heavy lifting so far. As long as your defense can get one final stop, you will be on to the semifinals to take on the RBI Guards. The 2-0. Down low for ball 3. And that'll be an interesting matchup at 3:15 today. As I mentioned earlier on, I think you might be looking at the most talented squads in this tournament, 2 of the most talented at least. And that for strike 1. Especially with this Ohio Elite squad, still with a couple of guys missing, they have been dominant, and they have had a lot of great plays made, both defensively and a few offensively. But this release squad, a lot of top talents too. They're going to be a tough out in tournaments down the stretch. And that'll be ball 4. Sedlecki, patient, hangs in, and he will reach for the 2nd time today. Good patience by Sedlecki as he is able to draw the walk. Now Isaac Husted, the right fielder, steps in. A walk and a ground out to his name so far. Isaac Husted will be a rising senior at Carrollton this upcoming year. He, along with Hunter Allison, will stay behind in Warriortown, with James along with Broadwater going on to new pastures. Broadwater to Charleston and James to a school to be determined given the coaching change at Lake Erie. And it was Lake Erie where he initially committed. 1-0 count on Husted. The pitch. Ground ball hit up the gut. This could be 2. They get the lead and the trail. A great play up the gut. Gets 2 for the price of 1. Husted, just an unfortunate ground out. Alexander does the heavy lifting at second base. And the throw to 1, a little bit low. But with a guy like Karhoff in place, it is going to be a good play. Just up the gut, good play. And you see that snag at 1, exactly what he wanted to happen. Bases clear, 2 down, and up steps Braden Deutsch. Deutsch so far today, 1 for 1 with an RBI single and a walk to his name. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. To round out the game for release, it is the top of their order set to hit. If they can score 1, we play on. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. And that's the beauty of tournament ball. You could have a game that lasts an hour and 20 minutes like we had on Friday, or a game that goes nearly 3 depending on what round it is. The 1-1. In there for strike 2. Inside middle. Deutsch looking to keep the inning going. The 1-2 from Gunvalson. Down low. Good block behind the dish by Edwards. The catching has been good today. A couple of pass balls, but all the way around, Edwards and Fawcett have had a number of great blocks, preventing a good amount of runners moving into dangerous areas and potentially a few runs as well. The 2-2. Another good block by Edwards, and we are full. After Deutsch, it goes to Kyle McCoy. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. The payoff pitch. Hard hit ball, and it is through. A seeing eye single between third and short puts Deutsch on. Now 2 for 2 on the day. A good, powerful swing, able to beat out the third baseman and the shortstop. We will watch that one back. A tough spot to be in. Full count, needs to put the ball in a tough spot, and you see on that far side, beautiful. Just able to beat out Shag's effort, and we've seen him make a lot of good ranging plays today. That time, not enough behind it to get there in time. And that is really no fault of his own, as that was just a perfectly placed ball. McCoy pops that one off the bat, foul 0-1. Release looking to take some momentum into the top of the 7th inning. Getting a loud out number 3 would definitely go in that category. A 1 count. Gunvalson looking to end the inning. And instead, he will elongate it. McCoy will wear it, and we will go back to the top of the OEB order. That pitch just escaping inside. Bowen stepping back in, 1 for 3. Brady Bowen, a definite candidate of a guy who can definitely change this game. 1 run would really solidify this lead. Up by 1. It's kind of a tough spot to be in against such a good ball club. It'll have to do for now. But as I mentioned, back when the bases were loaded, 5-1 would have been a satisfactory ending to that inning given how it started. Only 1 run scoring with the bases loaded, nobody out. That could be a potential inning that comes back to bite OEB depending on the outcome or depending on if we see another inning. First pitch off the plate for ball 1. But either way, a good outing so far for both teams. A lot of promise shown. Even if it's not this tournament, next time out, these squads are going to be a couple of dangerous teams. Ground ball hit to short. Shag has it. Throw to 2 is in time. And on the fielder's choice, the side is retired. Shag able to get to that one and makes a textbook play at 2. End of 6 in Parma. It is Ohio Elite hanging on to a 2-1 lead. Release has 3 outs to work with when we return. This is the 2025 Midwest Challenge on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Hit meatballs hard is the parting line that Release's head coach gives the top 3 of his order as they step in for their final cuts of the game, looking to keep this one going. 2-1 your score. Ohio Elite hanging on to their lead over Release Baseball. For those just joining us, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Game number 1 of 6 today. Don Marchetta coming in for Palange after 5 innings of work, looking to complete his 2-inning save. And usually save and Don Marchetta are not things you say in the same sentence, but today that appears to be the case. That is, at least as of right now, what he is working towards. The 1-0. Upstairs for ball 2. It's Alexander, Hosh, and Shag set to swing this inning. 1, 2, and 3 for Release. All three have reached today. Alexander via a base hit, same with Hash, and Shag has reached with 2 free passes and as well on an error. Tom Marchetta looking to settle into this inning after a tough start. And that pitch will miss low for ball 3. 3-0 count, things kind of going simple for Alexander, a guy who can change the game, not necessarily in the batter's box as much as he can on the bases. We saw him draw Bowen out of position at short, giving a free base hit to Hash. And that'll be ball 4. The tying run now on for release. Tommy Hash now steps in. 1 for 3 on the day, a fly out to left, a ground out to first, and a base hit to his name. And now time is called. Both teams calling a conference, it appears. One granted, the other not. It looked like release was given time to talk, but OEB not quite. And that's all he really needed to say. Be an athlete, Marchetta, and I think that kind of gets the point across, especially with a guy like Tom Marchetta plays with a smile on his face. You can tell him a bunch of things, but he's going to pitch the same way every single time. That's the beauty of Tom Marchetta. You can even know what's coming. Sometimes you might not anticipate it enough. Even if you do, it might not be enough. 1-0 as that bunt is pulled back by Hash. We've seen a couple of squeeze plays in the past couple of weeks, one by release at the 17U level. We could see one here. No movement quite yet on the bases, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt laid down, and it's on an already stealing play for Alexander. But at the same time, with a guy like Stone Fawcett behind the dish, do you really want to test that arm if the bunt does not get down? You still have 3 outs to work with. You have to mortgage it right here. You can have a couple of things not go your way this frame and still tie up the game. All it takes is 1 run crossing safely. The 1-1 pulled back for ball 2. It'll be interesting to see what Sheg and Bortnick end up doing. Combined, they have reached a total of 5 times out of 6. The only time they didn't, Bortnick, the man who didn't, struck out. Beautiful bunt right back to Marchetta. He will throw down to 1. It's in time for out number 1, but the tying run now in scoring position. That's exactly what I meant by mortgaging this inning. You have 3 outs to work with, kind of going in the homeowners lingo. You kind of take that restructured mortgage, 1 out to work with, runner moves along. It's different, but still the same overall outcome expected and desired. Shag now stepping in. Hard 90, walk, E6. Reached 3 different ways. Kind of all free passes in their own right. Ball 1 taken off the plate. Tom Marchetta looking to nail down this save. If not, it goes to 2, 3, and 4 in the bottom of the 7th. Down the left field line, and it will break foul. 1-1 the count on either way. Allison had it over at third. If that was able to sneak down the line, I think we would have seen that runner from second score. You could risk it. Once again, going back to yesterday, U.S. almost tying up the game, maybe an inch short on the fingertip. For those unfamiliar with the play, go find Matt Gould on Twitter. The thumbnail for his article of the U.S. baseball game yesterday shows the picture of the play at the plate. It was bang bang, but it was an out. Marchetta's 2-1. Awkwardly off the bat right side, Marchetta scoops it up, applies the tag, or did he? No, he doesn't, and it's wide, and release will tie up the baseball game. Unbelievable. Shag into second, he evades the tag, and now we are even. What in the world just happened? Marchetta thought he had the tag down. That's a tough one. You kind of see it on your screen. Then it gets away from Sidlecki. That'll be an error on Marchetta. And now the go-ahead run stands at second base. And I think the other part of the appeal is, was he still in the baseline? And at that same time, does it matter because it's still a live ball that then he threw away? The most he can get on this appeal is the out, I think. The run should still score as the ball was still live. You can't just end the play there because It's not a play that happened. He still made that throw. And I think that's what the conversation is going to be. Right now, as things stand, it's an error on Tom, and the run scores. He is safe. He evaded the tag, and Release gets their big break. Don Marchetta can't believe it. Somehow, in some way, Release has found their answer. They have scored today on a balk, and then on a throw to first on what Dom thought was a simple tag out. A very obscure game, but close as expected, and we might not be done in 7. We could be if Release has anything to say about it. Foul behind by Bortnick, 0-1 the count. But that officially makes this a no decision for Lucas Palange. And given how he pitched, that is really a hard way for him to go out. The 0-1. Fouled away again, now 0-2. That time it goes into OEB's dugout. But with the time 10-16, we're going to have to keep playing this game until we do have a winner, regardless of the time limit, which should be approaching in around 15 minutes. The 0-2, down low for ball 1. But if you'd have told me before this game, Release scores twice, one on a balk and one on a play like that, that would not have been on my bingo card or my radar. There's out number 2, swing and a miss from Bortnick. Punch out number 1 from Marchetta. And now Gerardo Torres 0 for 3 steps in. 2 groundouts and a flyout. But all it takes is one swing to change that and bring the runner in. We are yet to see a walk-off this summer, but that might be changing today. And it might be changing in this game. But we will see the bottom of the 7th inning with Lakowski, Fawcett, and James. The pitch. Off the plate for ball 1. But Don Marchetta needs to shake off that play down the first base side. One that I'm sure he's going to look at after this game and see if he actually got the tag down or not. He definitely thought he was confident with it. He wouldn't have let that play go that long if he didn't think he had it. The 1-1. Just going to miss inside for ball 2. Tough miss for Marchetta. And unless this game does that in the bottom of the 7th inning, we will already have our first delay of the day. The 2-1. Off the plate for ball 3. In the on-deck circle after Torres, it goes to Jake Pauluzek. Now Marchetta looking to make it full. He will not. It misses upstairs, and that'll put 2 on with 2 down. Time now called. Marchetta will be talked to, and this could even end his day. Could we see Sidlecki come on the mound and finish this one out? We will see if this is just a simple talking to or if this is it. And at the same time, pitch count on Dom for the next game. You have to be mindful of that. I think he gets one more batter, and then you bring in Sidlecki. If Sidlecki is eligible, which I think he is, Dom will stay on the mound. The only difficult thing if you pull Dom, you would have to put Landon James in the game, I think. You don't have that substitution. Palange could come in, but after throwing 5 innings, do you want him to come back out and play the field again? Then who you put at first? I think the answer is you put your other catcher because that's kind of the natural correlation. But if Don Marchetta gets the out here, we might not know. First pitch fouled away, 0-1, as it takes an awkward ride off of Fawcett's helmet. But I think Marchetta will be done after this inning, regardless of the outcome of this game. If you want him for the next game, it has to be done here. The 0-1. A good drive by Pauluzek into the outfield, and it will be caught in center by Lakowski, and the side is retired. Trying times for the OEB defense. The tying run will score on a truly obscure play. Release doesn't care how the run scores. They just care that it's on the board. Middle of 7 at Ron Mottl Field. OEB, a chance to walk this one off when we return. This is the 2025 Midwest Challenge on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Release has made the call to the bullpen as we begin the bottom of the 7th inning. Uncharted territory here as we could be playing extra innings in game number 1 of 6 today. Yes, 6. We did add an extra game today, and already with a delay is, I don't think, something that we had on the cards, but it is what we have nonetheless. Bunt shown. Bunt is down beautifully. It's going to be a tough play to make. They're going to let it roll, and it is going to stay fair. No, it goes foul in the end. Oh, no! Lakowski had the bunt of dreams, but he will have to go back. Unbelievable. The patience shown by Release there, that is tremendous. They deserve strike 1 for that. That was a perfect bunt. By every definition, a perfect bunt. Just not fair. In more ways than one. Lakowski will try again here. The 0-1. Just going to miss 1-1. Now on the mound for Release, it is Gerardo Torres. Torres played in this game earlier in center. Here's 1-1. Down low for ball 2. The task is simple. Ohio Elite scores. They advance to the semifinals to take on the RBI Guardians. With a loss, it's on to the next tournament. 2-1 count. The pitch. Down low and skipping behind for ball 3. And the on-deck circle, it's Stone Fawcett who put Ohio Elite up in the bottom of the 5th, and he will be followed up by Landon James. Torres looking to get back in. 3-1 is upstairs, and that will be a leadoff walk for Lakowski. Takes him a few extra pitches, but after that beautiful bunt, he will reach via the free pass. The winning run now stands at first. Stone Fawcett now back in. 1 for 3 on the day. Had that big RBI single, as I mentioned, back in the bottom of the 5th. Definitely an obscure ball that fell in, but it got the job done nonetheless. Outside of that single, he has 2 ground outs, 1 to Gunvalson on the mound earlier in the game, and then 1 to second base to Alexander. Fawcett will show a bunt. It is passed, and that will put Lukowski in scoring position. Good work by Fawcett to get the bat and really himself out of the way. Your winning run now 180 feet away, and releases catcher Edwards is going to call time. Hunter Edwards trying to settle down Torres, and that is the right call. 1-0 count. You have that winning run over at second base. It's a tough spot to be in. 1 hour and 55 minutes into this game. I anticipate game 2 now starting at around 11 a.m. opposed to 10:45. A slight delay, but one to note nonetheless, as that can kind of derail the rest of the day, depending on how quick these games go. The 1-0 to Fawcett. Fawcett pops it up. Should be playable right around the plate, and it is caught by Edwards for out number 1. Good work behind the dish by Hunter Edwards to make that play, and that gives Release a little time to breathe. Now Landon James, the DH, steps in. 0 for 3 today, but really a prime opportunity to show Lake Erie what they're going to be missing. Winning run at second base, 1 down. The pitch. Down low, but picked up by Edwards. Ball 1 not ideal, but that pick surely ideal behind the dish. This is where Edwards is going to need to rely on his years of catching to keep Release in this game, especially with these low pitches from Torres. Anything by, and the winning run is 1 pass ball away. Ground ball hit to third. Good scoop by the third baseman, and that will be out number 2. No further advancement by Lukowski. Bortnick, an excellent play, did everything right there. Stares down the runner, makes sure he stays. And now with 2 down, it's up to Hunter Allison to try and win the game here. Otherwise, we play on into the 8th. This is what you want from your 4 versus 5 matchup. A matchup that I said would probably be the closest of the day. Exhibit A, we're in the bottom of the 7th inning. And with 1 more out, nothing separates these squads through a full game. First pitch down low for ball 1. In the on-deck circle, it is Spencer Sedlecki. For Release in the next inning, it would go to Hunter Edwards, Andrew Karhoff, and Braden White, if we get there. 1 ball, no strikes on Allison. The pitch. Awkwardly hit back to Torres. Torres will throw to 1, and we will have extra innings in game number 1 of the day. After a lead-off walk, the 2 through 4 hitters in the inning are retired in order. Release's defense makes a statement after their offense tied up the game. End of 7 at Ron Mottl Field. Time to get more than you bargained for. 2-2 your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Into extra innings we go at Ron Mottl Field. Welcome to the top of the 8th inning. 2-2 your score. OEB and Release tied up through a true 7-inning game. Now at the 2-hour time limit. We're going to ignore that one as we do need a winner in this game. Otherwise, we would have a tie game on hand. For Release, it is the bottom 3 of their order looking to take the lead for the first time today. Marchetta will stay in the game, kind of surprisingly, but given this is win or go home, his scheduled start for game number 2 would not happen if they lose this game, so they need him to stay on to try and nail it down. He did surrender that run on an error. It was his error, so this is his time to make amends. The 0-1, in there now 0-2. And if really there's anybody on this pitching staff right now who is eligible for Ohio Elite that can come back and really dominate down the stretch, it is Dom Marchetta. The 0-2, swing and a miss, 1 up, 1 down, 3 pitches. Great start by Dom Marchetta, gets his second punch out of the day. That'll now bring in potentially the hardest out to get down the stretch for Dom in Andrew Karhoff. Karhoff, a ground out, a walk, and a hard 90 to his name. Marchetta looking to cruise through the 8th. Fouled off the bat, 0-1. So far, 4 pitches, 4 strikes in this inning from Dom Marchetta. And off of the side, both premier teams starting to at least get a little bit loose as it appears both teams will be wearing white. Now an 0-2 count. So that'll not be confusing by any means. We will see if one is forced to change or not. The 0-2 from Dom Marchetta, upstairs for ball 1. Good take by Karhoff, trying to be patient in the box, and at the same time, just trying to be that impact guy for release. The 1-2 down low, and we are even. For those tuning in expecting to see warm-ups for our next game, sorry, it's delayed. That game, as of right now, I would say maybe 11 a.m. we will start. Maybe 11:15. Ground ball hit over towards first. Sedlecki has it, calls off Marchetta, and he will tag first for out number 2. A good defensive start to extra innings for OEB. Now Braden White, the right fielder, will step in. It'll be interesting to see how late of a start we do have for our championship game. Once again, later today, 7:45 start time anticipated. But all it takes is for a game like this to continue to go like this, and we will start really late. Last night we did see a state championship game start at 10:10. The 1-0. Down low for ball 2. Really weird to see that game start at 10:10 between Amherst and Anthony Wayne, not getting done until around or a little bit after midnight. Ball 3 upstairs in the on-deck circle. It is Christoph Alexander, the second baseman. That'll signal the 5th go-around for release. The 3-0 in there for strike 1. Good response by Marchetta. Don just needs to keep things simple, stay with the basics, and kind of go with release's mantra, playing baseball the right way. And he will. There's strike 2. And with that declaration from White, a lot of times the zone gets a little bit bigger when the batter thinks it's ball 4 when it's not. The payoff pitch. That time it's a pass ball, no doubt ball 4, and that'll bring back the top of the order. Go-ahead run now on the base path for release. Alexander looks to keep the inning going. Tough ending to that at-bat for Marchetta. Just loses control. Fawcett unable to keep it close. Lucky nobody else was on. Alexander has reached twice today via a single and a walk, but he has also grounded out 2 times. One to second, which was Deutsch. And then one to short, which was Bowen. Swing and a miss upstairs. High heat from Marchetta, 0-1. I like that delivery from Dom Marchetta. He missed down low for ball 4 on White. This time he elevates the heat, gets the chase from Alexander. The 0-1 changes the arm slot. Foul ball on a fly right side. And that arm slot change is deadly from Dom Marchetta. 0-2 count in the on-deck circle for release. It is Tommy Hash. The pitch. A good deep pop into left field. Going back for it is McCoy, and he has it. It's a routine flyout to retire the side. A 2-out walk gives release offense some hope, but nothing comes to pass in the top of the 8th. Middle of 8 at Ron Mottl Field, same as the bottom of the 7th. If Ohio Elite scores, the game is over, and OEB would take on the RBI Guards. The Guards await at 3:15. The winner yet to be determined on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Sedlecki, Husted, and Deutsch looking to win the game for OEB in the bottom of the 8th inning. This is Extra Innings Baseball on SmeeSports. Game number 1 running a little bit long today as the time limit has been reached as of 5 minutes ago. But we do have to have a winner in this game. Winner takes down the RBI Guardians at 3:15 p.m. or at least in that time slot, which right now appears to be bumped back by at least a little bit, given game number 2 was scheduled to start in around 8 minutes. The 0-1. Upstairs, evening up the count. Sedlecki so far today, a single, a strikeout, and a walk. Right now, the task is simple. Get the leadoff man aboard, move him around the bases, score him, and end the game. The 1-1 from Torres. In there for strike 2. Release looking for the 9th inning. Definitely the tight affair that we expected today. The 1-2. Chopped foul. Good survival swing by Sedlecki, able to get just enough on it. But Ohio Elite just looking for something, a spark, anything indicating they are going in the right direction. The error that scored run number 2 for Release, a killer. And since then, they have just been trying to pick up the pieces. They have had a couple of dangerous base runners, but nothing coming to pass. The 1-2 upstairs for ball 2. The start they had with Lukowski last frame looked promising, but in the end, a couple of pop-outs and ground-outs in unfortunate spots ended their momentum. Another foul ball, Sedlecki getting it over down the third base side. But as both teams just kind of hurry up and wait, it'll be interesting to see how they respond to this adversity in their game, knowing that it has been delayed. The 2-2, fouled away again by Sedlecki, and it will get out of play. And it will hit in the far bleachers. An elongated at-bat to begin the bottom of the 8th. As of right now, no action that I can see in either bullpen. That is to be expected. Torres and Marchetta, most likely the guys that will finish out this game for Release and OEB respectively. You really cannot allot a third arm to this game. The 2-2, it is passed for ball 3, and we are full. Good patience by Sedlecki in the box, looking for his pitch, or at this point, looking just to get on. Usually a power hitter, but with nobody on, he will take the free pass. The payoff. Off the plate for ball 4, a beautiful miss. Either way, Sedlecki will walk for the second time today. And for the second inning in a row, the winning run stands at first base for OEB. That's the start they needed. A good spirited at-bat. Their power hitter playing the patience game, and he will take first. Husted now steps in, a 4-3 double play victim in his last plate appearance. Trying to avoid that fade again here. Maybe a bunting spot, but given the speed of Sedlecki, you never know. Showed bunt for a brief moment, but will take down low for ball 1. An interesting dynamic, given the runner on. You don't necessarily have that sub to pinch run. Sedlecki's going to have to hustle around, and we've seen him hustle today. Wouldn't be surprised, though, to see the bunt attempted here again. He will. Pushes it through, and that'll be strike 1. Husted outside of that double play, has grounded out and has walked. Once again, winning run in Sedlecki at first. The 1. Bunt pulled back for ball 2. And drawing another walk would be really nice here for OEB. That would set up Deutsch nicely, who already has an RBI single. Braden Deutsch could be a guy who wins player of the game honors, especially if he can get one more big play. Sedlecki caught sleeping, and he is out! Great pickoff move by Torres, able to get it back to the bag at 1, and Karhoff a simple tag. Sedlecki just wasn't paying attention. And that will erase the winning run from the base path. Tough break for OEB. Now 3-1. Houston takes upstairs. And on the appeal, the call will be upheld. But definitely an interesting dynamic with out number 1 now recorded on the base path. The 3-1. And it will be ball 4. Houston will replace Sedlecki. More speed, yes, but one less out to work with, and a double play ball potentially in effect. Timeout called. Torres will get talked to. But having 2 runners on with nobody out would have been huge for OEB. You could have bunted them along, and then it would be up to McCoy to put the ball in the outfield deep enough for Sedlecki to tag. Or in that case, if it's going to be a tag play, if he's trying to fly out, you go to your bench, or even you enter Marchetta as the runner given his speed. But right now, Houston, plenty enough speed to get around. The goal is to move him along. You could see him steal immediately, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised to see Release kind of anticipating that right now. And at the same time, I think Torres' day is going to be done. He is going to come out, and Release is going to bring in their 3rd pitcher of the game. That is number 9, Braden Bortnick, the 3rd baseman, coming on in to pitch. As Braden gets ready to go, we will step aside here on SmeeSports. 2-2 your score. Winning runner at first for OEB. 2-2 the score. Still a lot of things left to unfold in game number 1. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. One on, one down in the bottom of the 8th inning. Deutsch stepping back in after the pitching change was made. It is now Braden Bortnick, the 3rd baseman turned pitcher, now on to try and nail down this tie heading into the 9th. Torres gave a couple of good innings for this Release squad, relieving Gunvalson, who had 6 innings of work under his belt and 2 strikeouts. Now the task is simple. Silence the offense of OEB and live to fight in the 9th. Deutsch taking strike 1. Braden so far 2 singles and a walk to his name. The time limit has been reached and surpassed, but given this is a playoff game now, the time limit really does not matter. Now 0-2. For Release in the next inning, it is Hash, Shag, and Bortnick. So 2, 3, and 4 in the 9th if we get there. Volson setting the 0-2. Ground ball hit up the middle. This could be two. They will get the lead, but not the trail. It is a fielder's choice that will reach Deutsch, but out number 2 is recorded in the process. Good ball put in play by Deutsch, just unfortunately too close to the shortstop Shag. A nice play over to second base. You get the lead runner. That's what's important right now, keeping that winning run at bay. Now McCoy steps in, a walk, a hard 90, and a single to his name so far. One more out recorded, and we will head to the 9th. Bortnick deals. First pitch missing down low for ball 1. Once again, still 5 more games today. Game number 2 scheduled to start 1 minute ago. So officially, we are behind schedule. Still a lot of games, and depending on how long these first couple take, we could see some slight change for these games that could take a game off of our plate, depending on how long this one goes. The latest you can start a game here at Tri-C for the championship, I think, is 9. Obviously, with the lights, you don't want to start any later than that, but you could. I don't think they do, given as well the facilities have to be locked when this one is over. You have to also keep that in mind down the stretch in a tournament like this. You have that extra game thrown in, initially the championship at 5:30, now at 7:45. 2-1 count on McCoy. The pitch. A good ball into left center field. Will it get down? No, it will not. It is caught in center, and the side is retired. If that ball was down, that could have spelled the end of the game. But in the end, the play is made, and OEB's offense once again will fail to bring in the winning run. 8 complete at Ron Mottl Field. Still, whoever wins the next inning wins the game. No winner quite in sight. We will step aside and return to the action in a minute. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact me at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center and CrossFit Strongsville for sponsoring this broadcast. And then in the next game, thank you to Ledgewood Barbershop for joining on for that one game as the broadcast presenter, along with a broadcast sponsor. And as always, thank you to the 965 Midwest Challenge, our partners, for bringing us on to stream this game and the games following and other tournaments to follow as well. Top 9, game 1 of 6 today. And we are already behind schedule. This game going a little bit longer than expected. Right now we have played over 2 hours of baseball. I think right now, if I'm doing the math correct, 2 hours and maybe 18. Ground ball hit the second. The throw to 1 is in time for out number 1. But as we see on the screen, every inning now will start with a runner at second base, given that first inning of extras not resulting in any damage. Well, that'll put the go-ahead run now 90 feet away. I like that idea just to kind of keep the game moving along. We haven't seen anything quite yet from either side. With one down, Shag a chance to take the lead. Fouls that one away, 0-1 the count. And it looks like we played for so long that a new umpire has shown up getting ready for the next game. But still no next contest as of right now. 0-1 fouled away, now 0-2. getting out number 2 at the plate is even more important here, especially with that extra runner now at third. I assume that is going to be the case down the stretch until we have a winner. Runner at second base could be the winning run. In this case, could be the go-ahead run until somebody finally finds the winner. But naturally, a 2-2 game so far. And without number 2 here, a 2-2 scoreline into the bottom of the 9th looks all the more likely. Dom's 0-2. Off the plate for ball 1. And I think more than ever, Stone Fawcett will not be catching the next game, just given how long he has been out there today. Could pitch in a championship game later on, but I would assume Landon James is on to do the catching in game number 2 if OEB makes it there. That's still a big question mark right now, as both teams have an equally good shot at making it. And in that 3:15 game, they will take on the RBI Guardians, who are your 1 seed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Marchetta, upstairs for ball 2. After Shaq, it goes to Bortnick, then Torres. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Marchetta, upstairs for ball 3, and we are full. Once again, getting out number 2 at the plate is potentially a necessity for Dom Marchetta. Needs to get that out right here and now and make sure the ball is not put into play where the runner can't score. The payoff, swing and a miss. There's out number 2. It's a big strikeout from Dom Marchetta. Strikeout number 3 in his performance. Was expected to start game number 2 of the day for OEB, but based on necessity came in for Palange after 5 innings. This will then be his 4th of the day. And I think no matter how long this game goes, he will try and finish. Ball 1 upstairs to Bortnick. For OEB in the bottom of the 9th, it is Bowen, Lakowski, and Fawcett. And I believe it will be McCoy, over at second base as the runner. 1-1 counts on Bortnick. So far today, 2 strikeouts, a fielder's choice, and a walk. Marchetta's 1-1. Goes sidearm, runs it inside for ball 2. This game getting underway at 8:31 a.m. Now 2 hours and 22 minutes in. The 2-1. Inside for ball 3, and we are full. Now 3-1. If the runners would be at the corners, it would go to Torres. The 3-1. Inside for ball 4, and now runners are at the corners. So first and third, I would not be surprised to see Bortnick take off to go to second, and that would set up Torres for a good opportunity to bring at least one, if not both, in. Ohio lead has to be careful here. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. No movement quite yet by Bortnick. In the meantime, Marchetta will throw back to 1, not in time. More of a warning throw back to the bag than anything. But Dom Marchetta and company looking for one final out to keep it 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. Deutsch has it, flicks to 2, and the side is retired. Another great put out by Braden Deutsch. Silences the release offense one more time. Middle of 9 at Ron Mottl Field. When we return, the winning run will stand at second base for OEB. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. The winning run for OEB stands at second base, given the rules in extra innings. After one inning of extras, the then winning or go-ahead run, depending on top or bottom, would stand at second base. Ohio Elite has the top of their order, trying to bring him in to win the game. Bowen, first pitch of the bottom of the ninth, flies it foul right side, 0-1 the count. It's the top three of the order with Bowen, Lakowski, and Fawcett. If OEB is to win it, this might be their best chance. Still after this, we have Premier Ohio Boris taking on Premier Ohio Relic. That is the battle of the 2 and 7. Bowen takes ball one. Close spot, but just not enough in. So far in the game, Brady has a single, a fielder's choice, and a pair of groundouts. 1-1 count. The pitch. Awkwardly hit foul, 1-2. Braden Bortnick, the third pitcher of the game for release, still on the mound for them. He came in last frame for Gerardo Torres. But a 1-2 count on Brady Bowen. Putting the ball in play would be huge for Ohio Elite, especially if it moves the runner to third. Pops it up. It will stay on the infield. Under it on the mound is Bortnick, and he has it for out number one. That's a big out number one for release. They needed something defensively, something that did not allow the runner to move up, and they found it. Now A.J. Lakowski steps in. A pop out, a fly out, a pop out, and a walk to his name. A lot of high-hanging contact so far today. If one of his high-hanging hits can find some green grass in the outfield, this one will be over. Instead, he pops it up, and it will go foul, 0-1 the count. And that'll fall behind us on the first base side. Once again, we have the SmeeSports mobile press box today, out with the tent, shade cloth, banner, the whole 9 yards to keep us safe from the heat and other elements. And before the next pitch, time will be called. Obviously, with so much on the line, a loss and your day and tournament is over. You want to make sure you're doing everything right and you're executing everything to perfection. Release as the 5 seed came in as the quote-unquote underdog, but as I mentioned, this will probably be your closest game of the tournament championships. And it is living up to that designation right now as we are still playing in the bottom of the 9th and potentially into the 10th. Ground ball, and it will take a one hop off of the infield turf. They will hold up the runner. It is a single for Lakowski, and Stone Fawcett will have a chance to end it. Beautiful hitting by A.J. Lakowski. Hits a grounder, taking a one hop, sort of a line drive, but I wouldn't say high enough to get that designation. Either way, a good bit of hitting on the right side. You see that pop of the bat, able to sneak it in. OEB being conservative on the base path, and Fawcett has a chance to end it with a single. One down, that is something to note as there is a runner at first. You could have the double play, keep the game alive. But Stone Fawcett, if he can get the ball into the outfield, whether he is retired or not, that would most likely bring in the winning run. Bortnick's pitch, off the plate for ball one. The on-deck circle, it does not get any easier as it is Landon James. 2-2 bottom 9, 1 out, your score and storyline. The 1-0 off the plate for ball 2. But with the bases loaded, everybody and their brother would be probably coming in. But at the same time, the middle has to be ready for a double play. A lot still can change in the next couple of pitches. The 2-0. A good fly by Fawcett, deep to left field, and it will be caught for out number 2. The runner will tag, and that will do it. Stone Fawcett gave OEB the lead back in the 5th, and he seals the win with a sac fly. 3-2 your final. Stone Fawcett does it again for OEB. A towering crack. The moment he swung, he knew it was going far. And that'll keep OEB alive. They are your first winner in the wild card. They will be back up to play at 3:15 against the number 1 seed, the Cleveland RBI Guardians. 3-2 your final in 9. We will step aside one final time and hear a word from our sponsors before coming back on to announce our The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center Player of the Game. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Ohio Elite gets the win in the end. 3-2 your final in extra innings. A total of 9 innings played in game number 1. Just a slight delay to game number 2 as we are officially 18 minutes and counting behind schedule. But either way, Stone Fawcett able to hit a sac fly deep to left field to seal the deal. And he, for that effort, along with his RBI earlier on in the game, will win the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center Player of the Game honor. Those 2 big RBIs, the difference for Ohio Elite in game number 1 of the day. They will be back on at 3:15 p.m. today to take on the ever-dangerous RBI Guardians. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest 2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to reach 4,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing and greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. If you want to help out in a monetary fashion, you can do so in 2 ways. One, you can become a broadcast sponsor like the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center and CrossFit Strongsville. Contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and we can work out a deal to promote the best of your business and your brand. Or you can make a donation to us on the SmeeSports website at SmeeSports.com under the donation tab. Next game, Premier Ohio Boris taking on Premier Ohio Relic. That game set to get underway in potentially 15 to 25 minutes from now as the teams will be warming up, as you can kind of see behind the graphic on your screen. But that'll do it for game 1 of 6 today. Ohio Elite, the 4 seed, gets the win in 9 innings, 3-2 over Release Baseball. I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Ron Mottl Field, and we will see you again in a few moments. This has been the 2025 Midwest Challenge on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time.